Hello and welcome to King's Quest 3. A game I've actually been putting off for a little while, but am finally ready to do. We're going to watch some of these opening credits just to make sure that we catch the initial cutscene. There's actually a page and a half or so of story that the manual comes with that I'm just going to kind of read while this plays through. So, we have a long, long time ago, when magic was the only science known to man, there dwelt in the land of Llewdor a wizard named Manannan. He was very learned in all matters of the heavens and earth. Of great age, Manannan presented a frail appearance, as though his skin were made of bleached and withered parchment. Ooh, now we have to come to this. Gwydion is a lonely lad of 17 who has lived for as long as he can remember with an evil and cruel wizard by the name of Manannan. Gwydion grazes upon the countryside of Llewdor with longing, wishing he were free to leave. But alas, such is not the case. Manannan treats the poor boy like his slave, ordering him about constantly, threatening him, and refusing to ever let him leave the premises. Often Gwydion wonders who he really is and how he came to live with the evil wizard. Apparently need to read faster. Suddenly the front door opens and out stalks Manannan the wizard. "Gwydion!" he shouts harshly. Oh, Gwydion rushes to his side, afraid he may be in trouble. "Why are you not working, boy?" the wizard sneers. Gwydion mumbles a faint reply. "The kitchen floor is filthy," Manannan grumbles. "Go sweep it now." Turning on his heel, the wizard re-enters the house, slamming the door behind him. There's going to be 2 points during the game, the early parts of the game, where we just have to wait for a certain amount of time to go by. Such is the story of young Gwydion's life to this point. What's a poor boy to do? Oh well. In resignation, Gwydion obediently follows Manannan into the house. There's a timer aspect to this game, and there's going to be 2 points when we have to wait for Manannan. And I'm going to try and read the rest of the story from the manual during those periods. But for now, let's begin. Alright, so we come in and let's change our speed. Fast is a little too fast, but we can go fast. And yes, we will come wandering around the house. There's not a lot here, but we come in and look. This is the kitchen of the wizard's house. Other than your own bedchamber, this is the only place in the house that you can feel you can call your own. The wizard rarely enters the kitchen. On cold days, the fireplace is a cozy place to sit. All right, well, let's grab some items. Take meat. Take bread. And take fruit. Now, we don't actually need the fruit, meat, or bread. Let me see if this is safe. I'm going to be saving often. And let's go here. I'll just call it 1. So there are certain items that it is safe to take, and certain items that we can't have. And we can tell by looking in our inventory, and there will be an asterisk or a star mark next to any item that is not safe to have because they are magical in nature. And if Manannan sees us with them, he will kill us on the spot. But I believe all of those items are safe. And that is pretty much all that I am going to do for now until it is time for Manannan to leave. Or when he comes and tells us to start cleaning up. So I will go back to our tale about Manannan. So Manannan's impression of fragility lasted only until one looked into his coal-black eyes, which burned with a strange fire. This was indeed a powerful wizard. Although he was powerful and capable of conjuring up vast armies of spirit servants to sweep his hearth, prepare his meals, and other menial tasks with which He would not soil his hands. This solution to his everyday needs was not satisfactory to him, for he liked his solitude and didn't want a lot of spirits cluttering up his house. Instead, he apprenticed a very young boy to do his bidding, taking the lad when he was only a year old, so that the boy would have no memories to tug at him in the years to come. Maybe we'll do some sweeping while we wait. Unfortunately for Manannan, boys grow up and become adventuresome young men as his slave grew in stature. As the slave grew in stature and strength, Manannan was irritated to find him poking around in areas of the house where he didn't belong, or he would climb down the narrow path leading to Manannan's mountaintop retreat to explore the surrounding countryside. Even punishment did not stop him for long. One day, when his slave was 18 years of age, the wizard found him practicing magic spells. This was the last straw. "You," Manannan screamed, "you have read my books of spells and plundered my supplies of powders and potions. You have even ventured into Llewdor again, against my expressed command. For nowhere else could you have gathered some of these ingredients." "You think you will win your freedom with these tricks?" the wizard sneered. "You shall see your mistake. You have earned only your own demise." And with that, Manannan raised his hands menacingly. Suddenly the earth began to shake, and his slave was no more. Only a small pile of ash remained where he stood. Ah, yes. Let's take a look at this cat. The detestable pet of Manannan's is a constant annoyance. The cat will try and actually kill us at times, try and trip us down the staircase. But he will be important to our ultimate victory. Next time, I won't make the same mistake, Manannan snarled. I'll never let any of my slaves reach... Oh, I lost myself. And he just likes to pop in on us and be scary sometimes. This is our room over here. This little garbage area. Look in the broken mirror. Look into the cracked mirror hanging on the wall. Your reflection shows a tall, handsome lad dressed in dirty rags. Yes, we're waiting for about the 5-minute mark, and that is when... Get out of here, cat. Behind tapestry, little Easter egg here. You lift the bottom of the tapestry and peer behind it. The wall is filled with cracks. You can see why Manannan would hang a tapestry there. There are also dozens of charcoal scribbled drawings, diagrams, maps, and notes to programmers with the legend King's Quest 4. But you are uninterested in this, since you presently have your hands full with King's Quest 3. You lower the tapestry and smooth out the wrinkles. So just a little silly nothing. And we're almost the 5-minute mark. So back to our story. Next time I won't make the same mistake, Manannan snarled. Just being creepy. I'll never let any of my slaves reach manhood. I'll have no more accidents. And so the years passed. Manannan went out and found another small boy to be a slave. He stole him from a country some distance from Llewdor to direct suspicion away from himself. Manannan was a bit more careful with this child and watched him closely. The wizard punished the boy severely when he caught him away from the house, and he made sure the boy didn't get his hands on even any ordinary items that might be transformed into magic charms or potions. On the whole, Manannan didn't have much trouble with him, but still, on the lad's 18th birthday, the wizard zapped him out of existence. "It's a nuisance having to train a slave all over again," he mumbled, complaining, "but it's better than having trouble like the last time." "Gwydion, I have decided to take a journey." Excellent. Alright, so we now have about 25 or 30 minutes of free time, and we're going to try and get a lot done. So we're going to look at the dresser. There's a small drawer in the front of the mahogany vanity. Look. Drawer. There's a small open drawer. In the vanity drawer are many uninteresting items, although the wizard's hand mirror may come in handy. You grab it, then close the drawer. These are actually two items that are relatively difficult to find, and I don't know if there are any real hints about it, but open closet, and let's try look clothes. See voluminous velvet robes, satin slippers, peaked hats, and soft linen gowns, which is nice, but not what we want. We have to know to move the clothes. Or you start to discover an ancient parchment scroll. Its ink has faded, but it seems to be a map. Taking this treasure, you leave everything else exactly as it was. Wonderful. Let's close door. Look. Top. Closet. You run a hand along the top of the closet. Suddenly, you touch something metallic. Grabbing it, you discover a small brass key. What could it unlock? I don't think there's anything here. But let's check. Open. You find baubles and trinkets which do not interest you. Suddenly, your eye falls on something that does. A vial. Oh. Labeled rose petal essence, which you eagerly take. We do need that. Excellent. And I think that's everything we need from this room. There's a chamber pot that Manannan could potentially yell at us to empty when he wants to give us chores, but not something we have to deal with now. And we can come up here. Oops. You have entered the musty tower of the old wizard's house. A polished brass telescope is directed out a window. From here, Manannan spies by the poor occupants of Llewdor. We are going to want these later. You pick up the dead fly and drop it into your hand. Disgustedly, you look at it. I don't want to carry around a dead fly, you think. Picking off its wings, you throw the rest away. And we can, if I can spell it right, look, telescope. And it has the brass telescope pointed out a window. It is well polished. Maybe we can just... And you don't really need to do this either. You put your eye to the glass. It amazes you how near everything seems. You can even see squirrels climbing faraway trees. No wonder the wizard knows all activities in Llewdor. All right. Very good. And now we're going to struggle on these stairs because I don't have a diagonal key. Let's move cat slips away. Too bad. We need you. Get back here. Nimbly, you grab the nasty cat by the scruff of its neck, avoiding its needle-sharp claws. Now that you have it, what are you going to do with it? Take fur. Oop, he didn't seem to like that. You manage to pluck some fur before he viciously scratches and leaps from your arms. With grim satisfaction, you survey your wounds. Stupid cat, you scoff. Whether you know it or not, you just helped me. You the detestable cat leaps from your arms, whatever. No. Okay, so we'll come back downstairs with all our fun stuff. Yes, going downstairs is just difficult. Let's see if there's anything interesting here. Look, portrait. And, okay, never mind. Yeah, so one of the interesting things about this game is the method it uses as its copyright. Unlock safe. Unlock cabinet. Unlock the oaken cabinet using the brass key. Inside, you find the wizard's magic wand. You take it with you, knowing it would mean death if he finds it missing. After closing the door, you carefully relock it. Wonderful. Yes, one of the way it does its copyright is by so many books line the bookshelf. You wonder when Manannan has time to read them all. Titles, blah, 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 blah. Search. About move book. You push the large book aside, revealing a metal lever attached to the back of the bookcase. Use lever. How can we use that? Move lever. There we go. Trapdoor opens, revealing steep stone stairs leading into darkness. And now we will save again because we can die from falling on these stairs. So I've started saying a couple times, but the way that the game does its copyright is that it has all of the information of the spellbook included in the manual. So that tells you all of the ingredients you need for various spells and how to cast them. But there's nothing in the game that sort of tells you that that's where the information is. So it would be very easy to have absolutely no idea how you're supposed to move forward if you never happened to look at the manual. So on this shelf, you curiously gaze at the strange jars of ingredients, the animal and human bones, and other odd implements which line the rows of shelves. You see jars of ingredients resting on the labeled shelves, bearing ghastly names such as powdered fishbone, nightshade juice, mandrake root powder, saffron, toad spittle, and toadstool powder. Let's see how many of them I can remember, because you have to type each one in. Take saffron. All right, take fishbone. Take toadstool. Take toad spittle. Take nightshade. There's two more. Nightshade juice and mandrake, right? Take mandrake powder. Take nightshade juice. Very good. Okay. Now we're going to cast our first spell. And because we will die if we get it wrong, I'm going to save it quickly. This is not the one I want. This is what I want. Good. Yeah, we have our rose petal. So we will look at the book. Covered with gold trimmings, the old book's leather cover is cracked and worn, its pages yellowed and brittle. The title, however, is clear, The Sorcery of Old. You eagerly thumb through page after page of what you assume to be magic formulas. The ink of the old handwriting is faint and barely readable. Most of the formulas are indecipherable, but a few are in a language you know. You take the old book with great care as you can. With great care, as you can tell, it contains recipes for some very old and powerful magic spells. Your hands shake as you realize this book could be the key to your escape from the evil Manannan. So let's use book. Book. Read book. Cast spell. Oh, you know what? I think I was. Turn to page. And we have to use Roman numerals. With trembling hands, you turn the pages of The Sorcery of Old and prepare to follow its instructions precisely. You know you must work with the utmost care. Every step is critical. Each must be done in the proper way and the proper sequence. You tremble in anticipation. All right, so we have to put everything in perfectly. Put a pinch of saffron in essence. Carefully sprinkle the precious saffron into the vial of rose petal essence. And then we have to recite this verse. Oh, winged spirits, set me free of earthly bindings, just like thee. In this essence, behold the might to grant the precious gift of flight. Alright, and then we wave the magic wand. You wave the magic wand over the vial of rose petal essence. Successfully completing the spell, you again look at the wizard's laboratory. Okay, so that is everything we need for right now. We'll be casting more spells at the end of the video. But yes, all of the information on spell components and how to cast the spells is in the manual that you would have gotten when you purchased the game, which for me I just have pulled up on my other screen. And now we shall depart. But first, open that gate. Pick up chicken. Gotcha, you've managed to catch a chicken. What are you going to do with it? Well, let's get another take feather. Turning the chicken firmly under one arm. Tucking you gently pluck a small feather, then let it go. All right, open gate. And so the spell that we did learn was flying like an eagle or a fly. And in order to cast the spell, I'm going to save repeatedly as I walk down here because it's very easy to just fall off the edge. We take either an eagle's wing or the wings of a fly, dip them in the rose petal essence, and then we will transform into that creature for a short period. Okay. Now you literally can't even see where you are as you come around this one, but that's fine. Hopefully we will have to walk this path exactly 4 times, maybe 3, I forget. But we'll see. If you remember, we did find that parchment in Manannan's, what do you want to call it, closet. Need a map? Look map. Good. That's Magic Maps. Faded ink has brightened, but only in those places where you have been. So we can teleport somewhere if we've been there, but only after we've gone there. So we'll just stay here for now. Oops. Good. Oh. Oh, goodness. This thing's being difficult. Good. There we go. And every time we come to a new screen for the first time, we will add that screen to our map. So the first place we're going to go is into this tavern. And we see these guys here. So we're actually going to cast a little spell, and so we will dip the fly wings in the essence. Okay. And we're going to go be a fly on the wall inside this tavern. Or not. Let's... Enter tavern. Do we cast it when we're already inside? We don't actually need to do this, but enter. I would prefer to do it. All right, hang on. Fly, be gone, myself, return. Oh, they're not here. They'll be back. Alright, so let's try this. Let's just... yeah, so one of the surly looking characters, whatever. Dip the fly wings in the essence. We should be able to listen to their conversation. There we go. You overhear snatches of the two bandits' conversation. Squirm just like a pig. And that rope you rigged inside that big oak tree works great. Now nobody'll ever find her. Hideout. Why, I'll bet even that wizard. Blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares anymore. Now we want to leave. Because if we lead as the fly and come over a few screens, see us buzzing around, flying in this very haphazard pattern, you will come to this tree with a knot hole in the ground. In your insect form, you fit easily through the hole in the tree. You have flown through the hole, but at the base of the tree, and are now inside the hollow trunk. You see a rope leading up into a small hole above you. This area is cramped and confining even for a fly. I don't think we can fly up, but yeah, we see that there's this hole here. So, fly, be gone, myself, return. All right. let's grab some acorns while we're here. Pick up acorns. You poke around among the fallen acorns, looking for dried ones. You eventually find 3 dried acorns and take them with you. Let's see if we can just say that. All right. Reach in hole. You lie down on the ground and reach into the small hole. You feel around inside the hollow tree and discover a rope stretching up into the tree. You pull it, and to your amazement, a rope ladder falls from the branches above. All right. And we will, save again, because this is a situation where we can just kind of die randomly without having much of a way to prevent it. Look inside. Seems to be somebody moving around inside the treehouse. Okay, let's go back down. And we'll try again. Alright. Yeah, we still have a good, I don't know, 10 or 13 minutes or so before Manannan shows up. Look inside. See very little of the interior from out here, but there seems to be a figure sleeping in a chair. Wonderful. You have entered the bandits' hideout. One of them is sleeping at a small table. Now, the bandits are constantly around, and if we look, hideout is made of rough planks, sparsely furnished with a table, a chair, and a small wooden bin in the corner. Inside that bin will be any supplies that they steal from us. There's a leather coin purse. Take purse. You very carefully lift the coin purse off the table, practically out from under the sleeping bandit's nose. Nice. All right, so we will now depart, and hopefully not have to come back here. And I will save since we successfully acquired the precious coin purse with, I believe, 8 gold coins in it, if memory serves. And now we are going to search out an enemy. The most hideous-looking being has made his appearance. It's Medusa. And how do you defeat Medusa? But with... Oh, shoot. Yeah. I was a little too slow. We can easily fix that, though. That's why we save early and often in games like this. And you want to make sure that you're not looking towards her. There we go. Averting your eyes, you aim the wizard's hand mirror at Medusa's face. A scream pierces the air as she beholds her own hideous reflection. Then, nothing. You dare to look. Medusa has turned herself to stone. Excellent. And now we can go out into the desert. And we can look at this cactus. You notice an unusually little cactus beside that large rock. Take cactus, which is good, because we need the cactus. Cactus juice, I believe, actually. And we also need a reptile skin, which I believe, if we look at the ground here, parched sands of the desert seem to reach forever westward. You notice a dried snake skin lying on the hot ground. Take skin. Tree of the dried snake skin. Hooray. And that should be it for the desert screens. Later, we'll be able to hear what these animals are saying, although none of them actually say anything interesting or useful, unfortunately, but that's fine. Right now, I'm pretty much just filling in the map, because I like to. But in a moment, we will read a map. Look, map. Faded ink has brightened, but only in those places where you have been. Alright, so let's try here first. Nope. Oops. There we go. No, stop doing what you're doing. Whatever, I'll just walk. Oh no, did I just load that? I'm such a jerk. Hang on one second, I'm just gonna do this off screen. Okay, and we are back here. Oops. We'll save again. Now we'll go into this store here. Now that we have some money. All right. And ask about. Good day to you, young man. Greets the storekeeper. What can I do for you? Ask about stuff. Look, shelf. Shelves are filled with all sorts of useful items. There are a few items of particular interest to you. Pouches, salt, fish, oil, and lard. Buy lard. Buy oil. Buy salt. Buy pouch. And I feel like I'm forgetting something. Look, shelf. Pouch, salt, fish oil, lard. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Okay. And we will pet the dog. Or not. Got some destiny to do. Awesome. Pet dog. As you pet him, Kenny licks your hand and thumps his tail in appreciation. A small wad of dog fur collects in your hand, and you tuck it into your pocket for later use. Wonderful. All right. So we'll head a little farther south. Get stuck behind a tree. And if we look at this odd little tuft here, look, tree. One of the trees has a light green colored plant growing upon it. On closer inspection, you see that it's mistletoe. Take mistletoe. Search among the hanging mistletoe until you find a sprig that is dried. You break it off and carry it with you. Let's look. Oh, actually, we can't do that yet anyway, so. Knock on door. No reply. Awesome. So let's head in. And look. Table. The large wooden table is clean and polished. There are 3 bowls of porridge on the table. You are surprised that bears eat porridge. You always thought they ate honey and berries. Fair enough. Let's take some porridge. This bowl of porridge is just right, so you take it with you. Wonderful. There's one item upstairs that I want to get. Don't care about their beds, but open the drawer. You open the drawer, and among the clothes you see a pretty silver thimble. Take thimble. Pick up the thimble and carry it with you. I don't think they ever come home while you're here, but sometimes they are home and they don't kill you, but they will kick you out. So look, fireplace. There's a cheery fireplace cackling in the summer. Cheery fire cackling in the fireplace, even though it is summer. Let's look at the shelf. Look, lamp. Look. Maybe I don't need anything up there? I thought I did. I have been wrong before. Mantle? Look, mantle. Alright. Look. Well, just look. Yeah, nothing that's helpful. Well, I'll find out. I'll just save here. Let's do one more thing. Look, garden. There are lovely flowers growing in this well-tended garden. Their sweet scent and beautiful colors delight you. Look, flowers. Carefully peek into the pretty flowers of the flower garden. Drops of glistening dew have gathered within their soft petals. Take dew. Holding the silver thimble beneath a dew-filled flower, you gently tip the flower so its dew runs into the thimble. You move from the flower to flower, repeating the process until your thimble is brimming with dew, which you then keep in your pocket and somehow don't drop. I think you can do this in a few different places, but pick up mud. With the wooden spoon, you kneel and scoop a spoonful of wet mud from the stream's bank. You carry it with you. I keep doing that. All right. So let's head here, and let's try to actually do this correctly this time. And so it shall be. Oh, that's where it already was. I'm a genius. Oh, let's wait for this eagle, which hopefully... Come on. Need the eagle to drop a feather. We have a couple more minutes before I'll want to head back. In fact, yes. Feather, okay. Bears are, what's this? 3 clothed bears. You hear Papa Bear saying, what a beautiful day for a stroll through the forest. And yes, so that would be an indication that you're able to go in right then, but we already took care of everything, so we don't need to worry about it. This spider web has a giant spider in it that will do us just a touch of harm if we go after it. So let's dip eagle feather in essence. Alright, and then we decide that we do not approve. You swoop close to the spider web and find the huge spider guarding the entrance. Taking her in your beak, you vow to get rid of her once and for all. Yes, we do not approve of the spider's malicious action, so we remove her. I don't know why I think it's a girl. And plunk her down in the ocean. And now we can enter this really cool cave. Magic spell is wearing off. Your magic essence is all gone, so we can't cast that spell anymore. Which removes one possible option of dealing with something in the future, but there is another way to deal with it, so that's okay. You have entered the cave of the Oracle. You are almost afraid to speak. The Oracle remains silent for a long time. Finally, you hear a hollow voice that seems to come from far away. I've been waiting for you a long time, Gwydion. I have sorrowful news for you. Years ago, a terrible 3-headed dragon invaded Daventry and keeps the people in a state of terror. This monster requires once a year the sacrifice of a young maiden. Daventry? I remember Daventry. That's where King Graham is from. Sadly, your own sister, Princess Rosella, is the chosen one this year. Time is running out for her, your parents, and Daventry. Our parents? Dun, 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 dun. Mysteries revealed. You, Gwydion, the hollow voice continues, are the only one who can save them. But you must hurry. I have something to give you, a small stone of amber. Use it wisely, my friend. Oracle grows silent again. You seem to fall into a deep sleep. You attempt to thank the Oracle, but the Oracle does not respond. Take stone. Let's just check our inventory. We have all these items, and all these asterisked ones are ones that will get us killed if we are still holding them. Fly wings, amberstone. Good, so we have it. Okay, and actually, I'm going to end things right there, and when we return to the next video, we will be casting some spells, and actually, you know, I'm going to grab one more thing, and then that way I can just walk up the cliff off screen. Because I want some water. Get water. Get water. Need a cup. I don't have a cup. Oh, no. That's fine. It's just going to mean I'm going to have to take an extra walk up the steps, but that'll be fine. I'll figure it out. Okay. So, yes, I will end things here, and we will see you next time when we finally give Manannan his comeuppance. But we'll see you later. Bye.